It says, but nevertheless, I'm going to do what thus saith the Lord. So he said, we're going to let down the net. Now remember, I told you about the hook and the net. Jesus didn't set him up and tell him a finagling way to catch all the fish. He didn't tell him, I got a trick to getting a whole bunch of fish in the net. This is what happens with ministries. They put the hook on there, and on the hook you need bait. Some people don't see it coming. Y'all know what bait is sometimes? The pastor got to park the Bentley in front of the church so you see that he got money. That's the bait sometimes. The bait is you got to let everybody know a celebrity's at your church today. The bait is you got to show everybody the pictures. Guess who was at my church? So what? Was Jesus at your church? So there's a hook and a bait where the ministries will hook you up. And remember I told y'all, when the fish get hooked up, he bleeds. So when you bring him in, he's wounded. Look at your neighbor and say, Pastor Pelzer, don't want none of y'all to go hooking nobody up. That's what's wrong with some relationships. People got hooked up in a relationship. Girl, I'm going to hook you up with my friend. My man, I'm going to hook you up with somebody. And you getting somebody that might look good on the outside, but they wounded on the inside because you hooked up with them. Stop hooking up with them and cast the net out and let Jesus pull them in. Well, that's what's wrong with broke relationship. We hooking up with somebody. Stop hooking and throw the net out. Hooking. You got to pull the hook out. You had to bait them. What we bait them with? How we dress. We baiting somebody. Pulling the skirt up. We baiting somebody. Thank you, Reverend Higgins. I don't give a darn what Nicki Minaj is doing. You ain't supposed to do that. I don't care what Beyonce doing her video. You ain't supposed to do that. I told you I'm Baptist or something now. I'm sounding like holiness churches. You ought to look like you saved sometime. Lord have mercy. So Jesus is showing him how to get them in, but he didn't give them a bait story. He didn't give them a hook 'em up ministry. All Jesus said to do, launch out, go ye therefore into all the world. He said, launch out, and he said, into the deep and let down your nets for overflow.